Sekte. Wychliodek. Eishvarstanekt. An Aushet. Ekarif. Dagent.
I will do so. I want to find out what that upgraded gravity boots is about. I'm gonna continue to make progress here though. Heading straight to that ability shrine would just be a reduction in progress at this point, so I might as well wait until I die. There's also a lore room down there that I ventured into on this run. I didn't actually check out the lore, so let's go do that. Even though doing so is technically going backwards here. Even if I end up getting enemies on my tail, I can just vanish them though, thanks to these lore nodes. Ishayla Bagel, that's a name I've heard before. Who was that? Was that one of the mini-bosses I fought? Again, they may have done a bit too well with having bizarre alien names in this and that. It's really hard to actually remember them. I know I've heard it before, I just don't remember exactly where. I don't really care too much. I don't give a shit about the story or lore in this game all that much. It's honestly not all that interesting. It's another reason why, if I were to recommend a Metroidvania to play, I would much rather recommend Hollow Knight than this. Not just because it's a better game overall, but the lore and story stuff in it is actually pretty interesting, for the most part. Do I head left or right? I would like to unlock that shortcut, and I'm not sure what the most efficient pathway is. I think to the left might have just been an alternate way up here, so yeah, let's head up instead. Ugh, still not a fan of the wind. That always screws up my platforming attempts. Oh, given that there is a busted lock icon here, I must have been here before? Oh no, huh. Oh, I unlocked more of the fast travel path. Presumably it's not going to be too helpful here because I haven't unlocked the intervening ones, yeah. Can't bust my way out there, unfortunately. Gonna have to get up the hard way. But having another fast travel node is always useful. Gotta go up the long way here. Assuming that's a thing I can even do. Maybe it's not. Depends on where these gravity things end up being. Yeah, given the fact that there's not any further vertically up here, I guess I can't actually go up this way. Which makes it odd that there is one of those room transition squares. Usually that means you can make progress from one way to the other. Maybe I could cheese my way up if these enemies moved in just the right position. There's a very good chance I'll die by doing this. Oh, no, they back off when I ascend, damn it. I was hoping I could sequence break my way up there, but it seems the game isn't going to have any of that. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Might as well head down then. Finish off exploring this pathway. Or I could just die. That works too. I don't think there was anything of worth there, so I'm not too worried. Alright, well, let's get some upgrades, although I'm not sure I have enough for that health capacity, unfortunately. I think it was like, what, a bit over 5k? And I have just under 4k. Shards, not resolution, in case you weren't paying too close attention. Yeah, I don't have enough. Dang. Okay, so let's make our way over to that ability shrine. Where the hell was it? There it is. At least it's pretty close by the shortcuts. Alright, well, let's see what this corrupted gravity boot nonsense is all about. If I can actually find my way to the shrine. Oh, did I just... I think I might have just killed myself. That's not so great. Whoops. Let's see, maybe I can save this. Come on, give me a platform game or one of those gravity things. Okay, this works. For other players, they would still be dead here, but I can cheese my way up. The glide actually gives me a bit more momentum when moving to the side like that, so it's even easier to do that bit of cheesing than it normally is. Okay, I saved myself. Yay! So I wonder what this upgrade could be. My basic guess would be that I can do it from the air, which would make it so much useful. Let's see. Oh yeah, give me them tentacles. Okay, this not only looks rad as hell, I'm a spider lady. I didn't realize this game would let me be Kumo-chan. But it also makes the ability so much more useful. Now I can grab onto walls at any point and freely travel up them. That wouldn't have helped back up here because there was no sheer cliff face to go up. If there was, I could have just cheesed my way up, but I can definitely see that coming in handy. So weirdly enough, it doesn't seem like I can actually access that cannon from this side unless I was just missing one of those gravity things. How then am I supposed to get up there? I guess I have to come up from on high, which is kind of annoying because that's a bit out of my way. As usual, the game's gonna make me take the scenic route. Oh well. Okay, well, I guess I had this upper cannon to take care of anyway, so it's not like heading up around here is out of my way. So it's not a big deal I couldn't get to that cannon from that side, apparently. Again, there could have been a way and I just missed it because I'm a big old dummy at times. And by at times, I mean all of the time. Where's the switch for this? Is it further below? Nope. Further up then? Surely I must be able to access it now. Maybe I should clear out some of the enemies before I do that though. I get the feeling these ones won't despawn once I do and then I'll have a whole bunch more bullshit to deal with. No, there's no switch here at all. Do I have to activate this one later, or am I just blind? Is there like an invisible wall here or something, and that's where the switch is hidden? Oh, there it is. How did I miss that? Wow. I really am blind. And for some reason, that one wasn't guarded. I figured it would be like a paired thing, like the ones on the side aren't guarded, but the ones on the top and bottom are, but I guess it's just the one that's guarded. And possibly the next one ahead as well, for all I know. Before I go after that, though, let's unlock the shortcut. I have full resources, but that's no guarantee I'll actually survive, so having a shortcut unlocked would be useful. Also, lore. I guess this is one of those hidden Elder Shards. Yep. Oh, Elder Shard fragment. Again, that naming convention isn't the best. Does activating the elevator get rid of these dudes? No, but maybe going far enough away does. I don't feel like fighting them. So I guess those hidden fragments are just placed in various spots in the world on unmarked locations, and you just have to scout them out. Yeah, they didn't despawn, I'm just gonna have to deal with them. I'm probably just gonna look up their locations online then, because I don't exactly feel like searching them out for myself if they're not indicated in any way. And if that one is any guide, they're not indicated in any way. And that's just like too big of a pain for me to feel like dealing with. Okay. I have the gong to deal with, but I should be able to reset it with this lore node. Unless I screw up the platforming. Oh no, come on. Thank you, spider ability, you have saved me. Kumo-chan is my savior. Anyway, yeah, not exactly interested about hearing this again, so I'm gonna continue speaking, but I do so love that the lore rooms cause all enemies to despawn. I wonder if that also causes the gong to reset as well, so that even once enemies start spawning again, they won't be nearly as numerous. That would certainly be nice. Alright, well it seems I've unlocked every shortcut. Heading down this way would take me to that cannon. But I'm curious where up goes. Oh, okay, it's an endless horde area. I don't feel like dealing with that just yet. I'm gonna get progress for now. And then head back up there if I haven't died then. It's probably just a perk after all. Although who knows, maybe it'll be like that previous endless hordes area and give me a new movement capability. That'd be cool. Alright, platforming coming into full force here. Don't try and do this place without the grapple beam, you'll regret it. Because then you wouldn't be able to recover from your platforming mistakes. And I should be attacking the cultists, I realize, since I do have shield piercer. I sometimes forget about that. And by sometimes I mean a lot of the time. Yet. Not a fan of dealing with these enemies. The platforming. The environmental hazards. And the wind. It's all a bit much, you know? Which is why I'm currently dying. It looks like I need to head over this way if I want to get to the cannon, at least if my spatial positioning is correct, but it looks like the shadow bullshit's gonna block my way. Yeah, so I'm not sure if that is gonna work. You know what, I'm low enough on resources that it's worth testing this out. Because it looks like the shadow stuff is thin enough here that I might just be able to pass through. Let's see. No such luck. So yeah, I must have missed something here, clearly. There's no other way to get up to this cannon. This doesn't act as a shield wall, does it? No, not from the outside. How do I get up here then? What am I missing? Unless... Wait a minute, can I just use this from here? That can't be the case, can it? Oh, it's totally the case, isn't it? Okay, now if the animation causing me to take damage wouldn't stop screwing me over. There we go. Wow, I'm a dummy. I thought that was just a shortcut, but no, it's also here to let you progress. Could have saved myself so much time having to backtrack all the way here had I only realized that. Oh well. Alright, East Portal Catalyst. Ah, Mother Ishayla Begor's Ritual, that's why I heard the name. She's probably gonna be the big boss I'm fighting, isn't it? Legion and Salvation, eh? So the cannon's active. Do I actually have to fight these things, or are they just gong enemies that happen to show up after I activated that? I mean, I don't seem to be trapped in here, so I guess I'm just gonna go to that last elevator. And peace. Peace out, rather. Yep, let's get out of here. Goodbye, friendos. Okay, so now that I have safety in this elevator shaft, let's see where I want to go. Looks like I only have one way of accessing the big boss here. There is still this whole area up here I haven't explored. I think that was the Endless Horde area. I really don't feel like tackling that, but I should explore each area in its entirety. It's probably just a perk, but it could be another ability upgrade like the Stinger, so I'd be kicking myself if it did turn out to be something useful like that and I didn't go for it. And I really don't like kicking myself. It's surprisingly painful. It doesn't actually take all that long to get up here yet. Seriously, this elevator system is so good. It's so criminal that this is the only area it exists within. If they were to add anything to this game in a patch, I would like it to be a similar fast travel system in the other two areas. That would greatly improve the quality of the game. I get the feeling, though, from the way that they've defended their design decisions before and at release, that they're probably not going to make any major changes. It's not likely to be a Slain situation where the feedback is so negative that the developers are like, oh, okay, yeah, we kind of rushed here, we kind of made a shitty game, we have to fix it. And then they actually, you know, do fix it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the game Slain Back to Hell is a pretty nice success story of a game that initially released to overall negative reviews just because of a whole bunch of bad design decisions and just like really unpolished gameplay. But the developers actually listened to those complaints, to that feedback, and ended up releasing a vastly improved version of the game after like half a year. And the game went from being hot garbage to actually pretty fun. Fun enough that I ended up doing an informative LP of it. So if you're curious what the game is like, you can check that out. Alright, so it seems I have to use this entrance to the endless area if I want to actually make progress. Let's try and go up. Hopefully I can make it on one run so I don't have to backtrack all the way up here. Definitely want to make use of my Kumo power as much as possible. It seems the wall crawling speed is actually faster than my regular movement, which is kind of crazy. It's a shame the upgrade doesn't make it so that I can crawl on the ceiling. That would just make it super overpowered. I can't even tell what's happening. I think I'm just gonna have my revive proc. Well, soon enough. Just so I can clear the screen of some of these enemies and actually see what's happening. Okay, turns out I was actually heading up into a dead end, so that was a complete bust. Good job, Lee. The fact, though, that I had to die and retrigger my rebirth perk to actually get enough peace to check the map, that should speak volumes as to the quality of the design of some aspects of this game. Seriously, just let you pause when opening up the bigger map. That seems like such an obvious design decision. I don't know why they didn't do it. Yeah, I'm not going to survive for much longer here. I can't really take much more in the way of damage. I could try and take down some enemies, maybe some cultists if I come across them, and hope for health shards, but that's kind of a long shot. At least I can unlock this shortcut. So that'll make the second one a bit easier. Oh, and that's where the perk is, okay. I'll take that. Well, I won't apparently. I don't know why I didn't hoover that up. Let's get back over there. And it's a rank 1 perk, so it's new. Executioner. I'll have to check out what that is as soon as I get back to the start. There's only one more room to explore. It's probably just gonna have treasure, so I don't know if it's especially worth doing. And yeah, I have an easy enough path to the mini-boss that there's no point in going there now. I might as well have my first adventure to there be with full resources. So let's check out what's up here just to have this area fully mapped out. Or not. I could die in the meantime. Alright, well, let's see what that Executioner perk is about then. You know what would be a cool way of balancing the corrupted abilities? I'm not saying they should have done this, and in fact I think I might have, I think I might dislike if they had, but it would be an interesting way of handling things. To balance out the fact that burning the shards is so less useful than corrupting them, maybe make it so that corrupting these abilities corrupts the trees as well. Put in a little bit of procedural generation and make it so that the corrupted portions of the tree end up having randomized bonuses. So that way what you end up picking up from the nodes changes each time you die. That would actually be a pretty cool way of handling things. it would interject a little bit of going mad into the gameplay itself. More so than is already done with those shadow versions of enemies. Nope. I went past my exit. My bad. Seems my bad driving ability is carrying over into the game. I always end up missing my exits when driving. I am the worst driver. Interesting that there was a loading screen there, given it seemed it had already generated part of the level. I guess it has to do that to generate the entirety of the boss room, as well as ensure that you're not going to be hassled by enemies from the outside or anything like that. Well, hi. Legion and Salvation. Oh, two separate enemies, each with a single solitary Elder Shard. That's an interesting way of handling things. It's a break from the norm. I actually like the idea of having a big boss fight where there's two things to fight. Alright, you've got a rather nasty cannon. It seems like your shots fade out as I get farther away. Oh, and that boy charges at me. Oh no, okay. For a second there I thought there might have been a pit below that would have resulted in an insta-death. Thankfully not. So, can I make them come down here if I just wait? The charging one, yes. I think that's going to be an easy way of handling them. I don't want to have to deal with the platforming too much as well, and if I stay up there, I'm going to have to. Interesting that the bigger Rivalry health bar hasn't gone down at all. That suggests that taking down these two is only going to be the first part of the fight. Well, I'll see what happens as soon as I do that. The ranged one really doesn't like to come down here, so yeah, for this first phase at least, going down here is definitely the best way to handle things. Lets you divide them up and actually fight this guy more reliably. Oh, of course he's only one hit away and he runs. Come on, come back here, you jerk. Alright, well that's one thing did. Oh, it's gonna be a revival mechanic, isn't it? Like, he's gonna revive after a time and I have to kill this one quickly enough. Or maybe his buddy will revive him, one of the two. So I'm gonna have to be quick here if I don't want my progress nullified. The issue is that actually getting up to this Elder Shard to damage it, even with the grapple, is really difficult. Too difficult in my opinion. Seriously, hitting this thing is a huge pain in the ass. Okay. I'm gonna want to get them both near dead before I actually finish them off. Does the one I already killed have reduced health at least? Nope. Okay, so that has my progress completely reset. That is great design there. It is not a pain in the ass at all. No silly. So I'm gonna want to get this one to near dead, then finish off the other one, and then go after him. At least this one seems overall a bit squishier. Why am I having no trouble hitting it now? And yet before, when it actually would have helped to have had that have been the case, I couldn't hit it at all. Yeah, I just tanked that. I didn't want to lose my positioning too much. Alright, no more hits to you. Now I want to go after the Rocketeer. Which means heading back down here. Of course, this is only going to be the first phase of the fight, and I'm sure things will get plenty crazy after I kill them both. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. Why is it saying ammo full constantly? I'm not trying to fire the cannon, if that's what you're wondering. I haven't pressed that button in, like, at all during this fight. So I don't know why it keeps flashing that notice up. I'm guessing that's a bit of a glitch. And he gets away with not even a sliver of health. There's not even a visible one. Ah, so frustrating. Okay, that's you dead. Now to go after your compatriot. Come on, just actually make your Elder Shard hittable, please. Why isn't it dying? Oh shit, please don't tell me I'm gonna have to go after them again, because that would be so aggravating. Am I not doing... What? Oh, wait a minute. I see. I have to go after this center one, I think. I think that's what I need to do. Yep. Okay, I see how this fight works out. I have to kill one of them at least to actually damage the center thing. Okay. That makes sense. I've wasted enough stuff that I'm probably not going to make it on this attempt. I would hope, though, to at least get to when they go apeshit. Yeah, so now that one's out for the count. So now I can start damaging their main health bar again. Oh, it's a pain in the ass having this guy alive. Okay, he is actually going a bit apeshit. Fortunately, I have pretty good aerial dodging ability now, as long as I end up hitting the main shot in the center of Rivalry, because that resets the leaping device. I wish the recovery didn't have such a long recovery animation. That's really frustrating. Okay, I can tell you right now, this fight's gonna be a pain in the ass. It's gonna be a matter of hitting that center crystal as much as possible while dealing with whichever one's alive. And it seems that whichever one is alive when I'm going after the crystal goes a little bit apeshit, which makes them more difficult to deal with. Let's see, what do I want to head on the tree now? What's my next major goal? I guess, boosted healing, so that way it's basically a full heal. It's already potent enough. Maybe go for some more energy. I think that would actually be most useful for me. Or maybe just more damage. Yeah, it's actually probably going to be the most immediately useful. I'll go for all those nodes before heading to any of the larger ones. And Shield Piercer isn't going to be helpful at all here. So what am I going to want to swap out for it? I don't see the cannon being at all useful. Perhaps Berserk for more damage, but no, that's requisite on defeating an enemy. I don't even know if I can gain a stack from quote-unquote killing the lesser two, Legion and Salvation. So that would be purely deleterious. Even if that does count, it would take too long to get stacks, so that's not worthwhile. Maybe restoring my shield every time I hit the enemy? Even though it's only a rank 1 perk, I could see that being useful. Let's try that out. It's not too big of a shield reduction after all. And with the damage I'm doing, so I'm doing like 150 to 200 per hit, not even counting crits. So it's 2% of my damage as shield restored. Or was it 2% of my maximum shields? Ooh, I didn't actually pay attention to the wording all that much. Either way, I should be getting a decent amount of shield points back per hit. In which case, that should help me with keeping my shield up during the fight. At least I hope that's how things will work out. And yeah, while the fast travel system comes in handy here as well, it makes the boss run such a breeze. All the more reason for there to have been a fast travel system in the previous areas, seriously. Alright, let's see if I can make it on the second attempt. I'm getting the feeling that they might not have a Berserk phase, or that the Berserk phase is one of them individually going Berserk when I'm attacking the crystal. If that is the limit of what they're capable of, I can see myself doing this without taking too many attempts. We'll see. You know, I'm starting to think it might be better to stay up here if I can be accurate enough with my grapples. I can take down one of these and then immediately go after the crystal, but no, I think that'll ultimately be more of a pain in the ass than anything. I'm gonna drag the charger down here. I think I'd rather deal with the cannoneer rather than the charger when I'm fighting the crystal. It seemed like I had a less difficult time overall. So that means that the way I'm handling this fight is going to take a while to get through it all, but it seems to be the safest way of handling it, and thus the way with the most success. So I will ultimately be saving time, you know, if it ends up taking less attempts to do it. And I do enough damage, that I can 2-cycle one of these. So it's actually not so bad. Oh yeah, and with my shield being restored, I can actually deal with the mega damage from the cannon fire pretty well. Not perfectly well, mind you, but yeah, this is really useful. And it looks like the fact that I have the ability to manually restore my shields actually ends up synergizing very well with the gaining shields back manually. That once I've made my bar come back manually with attacking an enemy, that it will start regenerating on its own as well. At least that seemed to be the case to me. So yeah, this perk is incredibly good. I wish I had gotten it before. So much more useful than the health restoration one. That's for dang sure. Maybe I could try going in all shield build again. And then again, I'd rather have that little bit of buffer that if my shield breaks, I can still survive because I have actual health. I don't like throwing that much caution to the wind. Calm down here, you big baby. Although, perhaps I should have followed it up. That way I could deal more damage to the main shard. Oh well. I can try that next cycle. Now if I can actually get up to this thing to hit it, I can actually start getting off some damage. Yeah, positioning myself isn't always the easiest. You can probably hear me tapping buttons like mad, but as long as I keep doing that and keep getting damage, I really don't lose much overall health. Yeah, look at that, I only lost a tiny portion and I still have 4 flasks. I wonder if this is just a particularly good setup for this fight, or if this will be a good perk setup for the rest of the game. What little of it is actually remaining at this point. Because it seems mighty powerful. Okay. Nope, so yeah, when the main health bar gets down low enough, they actually just start getting more dangerous. Charge Boy having 2 charges. And it looks like the Cannoneer might be firing a bit faster. / more intensely. So I might no longer be able to just keep spamming at the crystal and recovering all my shields before it can actually start damaging my health. I'll actually have to dodge attacks. I'll actually have to put in effort, how sad. But this still should be pretty effective, I think. My biggest issue consistently is actually grappling onto what I want to grapple onto. It's hard to actually aim it properly. Okay, nope, we have a proper second phase. Oh, it's bullet hell now. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. How often is the center crystal going to attack me? I hope not too often. Because if it does so regularly, or if these shots don't ever disappear, it's gonna be tricky to deal with. Having to get rid of the next half of its health bar while dealing with all this shit. Well, I guess I can get rid of the projectiles manually if I attack them. That's that ability coming in super handily here. Oh, the crystal actually follows me now. That actually helps. So it's not all bad, the fact that it's gotten into this second phase here. Just mostly bad. I can see this phase taking me a while, though. Oh boy. I thought I had this fight in the bag, but it's gonna be a struggle like all the rest. It doesn't help when the shards are actually in the environment, and thus I am completely unable to actually strike them. That's, not the best design there. Okay, it's dead. I can go after the crystal now. The giant JO crystal. If I could actually get rid of a quarter of its HP, I think I could do this. If I only needed to do this second phase for 2 cycles, and that might be doable, I think I could actually survive. Not on this attempt. Maybe with my revival, but I think I've wasted too much at this point. But if I do things just a little bit more efficiently, yeah, okay. I could see this being not too ridiculously hard. I'm just gonna shut up so I can focus. Please make your shot actually strikeable, because this is just bullshit. I mean, I could go after the Cannoneer, but that one's also harder to strike in general, so I don't exactly feel like doing that, you know? The music in this fight so far hasn't been all that tense. Oh, I'm gonna die. But that's why I have my revival. That's why I have my revival. Of course, now I have no health and low shield, so I'm still probably gonna die, unfortunately. And even if I don't have enough time to take down its health before that one revives, and there's no way I'm gonna survive for another cycle, but I made a pretty good attempt. Honestly, this boss so far just seems less hard in general, although that might be because of this perk setup I have that's so good. I don't even know where I am at this point. Yeah, I actually came pretty damn close there. I should have it on this next attempt. Okay, it took a few more attempts than I thought it would, but there we go. Of course, the projectiles don't disappear. If you weren't paying attention and you were at low health, that could probably finish you off. Or if the game prevents you from moving at all, that could also finish you off. If I died there and lost out on getting progress, I would have been hella upset. Ooh, I got a bunch of shots for that fight too. That was like, what, 8k? And some pretty good perks. All in all, that wasn't too bad of a boss fight. Like a lot of them, it has the issue of being pretty tepid once you know what's going on for like 80% of the fight. And then it's only during that last 20 or so percent that the fight actually gets difficult and in a way too ridiculous way. Where there's just so much stuff on the screen that you end up losing track of a lot of the stuff that's going on, and at least for me it kind of comes down to RNG as to whether I survive or not. Specifically what attacks the enemies end up doing and which ones I'm actually capable of seeing from the mess. Still though, it took much less time, so I'm grateful for that. Probably not going to change any of my perks. I have a pretty good setup now, I think. And I don't really want to ruin a good thing, you know? Let's see, are there any major nodes I can get to just yet from the shards I currently have? Perhaps getting to more health, and there are some melee damage boosts on the way, so yeah, let's do that. Oh, not enough for this one. Well, I can get that next time. So, obviously there's a change to the sanctuary there. I get the feeling that's probably the endgame, so I'm not gonna do that just yet.